Hello everyone, Dolphin Oracle here today, and well, I've got my new Windows 10 Media PC. I just put it together for my television. It sticks with Windows 10 on that because I've got the whole iTunes issue going on, and that's not getting separated from the family. So use the Media PC, use the Windows 10 for the main television computer. Now, a lot of people get hung up over wanting to share files between PCs, and I gotta admit, this system's got a great big hard drive, and I like storing movies and such on here and accessing them from any other device. So I've got file share set up. Let me go in here to File Explorer, and on my E drive, which is my big 2 terabyte drive, you can see I've got actually this entire folder is shared. Media in general is shared. And I'll show you the properties for that. For the purposes of demonstration, I am going to show you that it is completely wide open inside my home. This is if you're setting up your share for the first time, this is probably the way you want to go. You can always add security, but if you're just having trouble getting your machines to talk to one another, get rid of the security. Make sure they can talk to one another, and then enable the security afterwards. So on the Advanced Sharing tab is what you actually want to click, and you'll give it a name. And on the Permissions button here, I gave everyone in my house full control. If you can dial in the permissions. You can add users, you can do it with groups, you can full control, change, read, whatever. I've opened this up. Not the scope of this video. I'm just showing you the shares here. And it should be accessible to everyone under the file name Media PC, under the network path Media PC /media. Okay, so I'm going to open up Thunar, and I'm going to go on the Network tab, Browse Network, and this is where people start to get hung up. If you go to Windows Network, there's nothing there, and they go, "Oh my God, they can't talk to one another." Okay. What is actually happening here in a lot of cases, especially with Windows 10, and I actually had the same problem with Windows 7 in certain environments. Windows 10 uses protocols, uses SMB or SAMA protocols in a way that accessing them over the network, it doesn't always make sense from one computer to the other. And it's not a Linux to Windows 10 thing. My son's Windows 10 machine upstairs can't access this shared folder either from the browser, file browsing. I don't know what's different. This is both of them have completely default Windows 10 installs, and unless you're using the home group option, they don't see each other. I leave the home group off because, to be honest, I just have it off. Call it an Adama moment. I want them as networked as little as possible. For a variety of reasons. So how do I get to Media if it doesn't show up in the box? Well, I type it in. All I need to know is the name of the network path. So Media PC is the name of the PC. Actually, I erased too much stuff. It's got to be SMB on the Thunar machine. Yeah, because I typed it in wrong and Thunar had a cow. So go to Browse Network, Windows Network, doesn't know it. I'm going to erase one of the slashes and I'm going to type in Media PC. And it should show my shares. And there they are. There's all my shares. I've got a media folder. I've actually got a scans folder for my scanner so that everybody can scan to the same folder right from the panel of the scanner. I don't have to fire up software to do it. The scanner takes care of it all. And go in here. This is perfectly accessible. All my stuff's in here. In fact, here's my work in progress folder, and you can see there's a couple of videos, and this is actually the archive stuff on the. This was a backup from a few weeks ago. That's not my actual work in progress folder. That's just a backed up one from a while back. Wallpapers I've got in here. fine. Well, I also have a share set up on MX15. And if we go onto the Windows 10 computer and go to Network, Browser, I assure you this is not my computer. This should show up as MX1 or whatever host name I chose to give it. Now, on this machine, it's actually MX1. A lot of times I give my host name Little Byte so that I know which machine's mine, because we got a lot of machines in the house. Okay, so how do you do it? How do I get to the MX1 machine from here? Well, it's the same thing, except Windows uses 2 backslashes. And I can go to MX1, and there's my shares. Now, it's also sharing the printer through cups. By default, that happens. But there's the work in progress folder on my laptop. You see a completely different folder. Here's a video from the customizing the XFC terminal I did a few weeks ago, about a week ago. And then my encode folder, a couple other doodads that I've been working on left and right. That's how you do it. Okay, well, that's great. I don't want to type the name in every time. Oh, that's fine. You don't want to type the name in every time. This is perfectly reasonable not to want to do that. On Windows 10, you would just do a right click and click Map Network Drive. And you can actually give it a drive letter if you want to. That's fine. It'll show up as a drive in my PC. So I'm going to click finish here. I'm going to give it to Z drive. And when I go to my PC, there it is, Z drive. Okay, easy peasy. All right. So there's a couple other ways you can do that. You can drag a shortcut from the network folder actually over into this area too. It's not too terrible to do. Let me show you there. Let's go. If I want to do the encode, I can put it over here, and then it would just be a shortcut link. You can do the same thing in Thunar. Shoot, I closed the Thunar browser. Let's open it back up. You can see it's still mounted down here. So what you want to do is you want to make a shortcut for that. So now if I disconnect from the network, the shortcut stays here. I can just click it, and I'm back in business. That's how I do file sharing in my house. All Samba shares. I can set up password shares if you want to. But if you're having trouble just getting the talk, make sure that it's just not the browsing that's not working, and not the fact that you can talk back and forth. Like I said, I haven't had file browsing work in my house since we were using Windows XP. Didn't work on Windows 7. Between machines of different types, and now Windows 10, I can't even make my Windows 10 machines browse each other. If you do a quick Google search, you're going to find the issue. A lot of people have this issue, and not a lot of response as to why. May actually come down to your particular router, if you can believe it, your particular settings, your particular brand of Linux, your particular brand of everything. It's a hodgepodge, but the SMB protocols are working in the background. You may need to do a dual direct addressing. I don't know how to find all the shares on network under Windows, but if you're in MX, actually, you can do this. You can go to one of the MX tools is MX Find Shares, and for some reason I can't find. There it is, Find Network Shares. And it's going to show you all shares or just the Windows share. I'm just going to do show Windows shares for now. And there they are. They're all there. Here's all the shares that are on my current laptop. And here's all the shares on my home media PC. Hopefully this helps some of you. For tips, tricks, how-tos, head over to mephiscommunity.org or throw up a post at forums.mephiscommunity.org. This is Dolphin Oracle signing off. Have a great day.